the no. One way to sound fluent is to speak naturally. When it comes to sounding fluent, what does it mean to speak naturally? What native speakers do is use natural linking. They link words together with contractions, reductions, and elisions. That makes their speech faster and more natural. But if you're not careful, these same shortcuts can make your speech sound sloppy and grammatically incorrect. So today, I'm going to help you master the shortcuts native speakers use so you can sound natural without sounding incorrect. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Check out this sentence. Let's go together. When Korean speakers say let's go together, they actually sound pretty fluent. The grammar is spot on, the vocabulary is great, but this phrase doesn't quite work in native English. When we want to invite someone to go somewhere with us, we'd say something like, "Want to go to the movies tonight?" Or "Want to come with me?" Or "You want to go to the mall," right? As you can see, these invitations don't use the literal translation of let's go together. Instead, they use contractions and reductions that are natural to English. Now let's look at another example. I'm finished. This one might be a little bit surprising. I mean, after all, the structure is correct. I plus am plus adjective. What could be wrong with this? Well, it turns out the word finish isn't really an adjective. And if you're trying to say, I'm finished, I'm done, I'm completely finished, well, we English speakers don't really say that either. We tend to say things like, I'm exhausted, I'm beat, or I'm tapped out. Another common phrase you hear from Korean speakers is fighting. Now, if you hear somebody yell this in Korea, chances are they're cheering you on. But if you yell fighting in America, people will think you're starting a bar fight. In American English, we rarely use this expression outside of mixed martial arts. So how do you show your support in English? Well, we have some options here. You can say good luck, which is appropriate in almost any situation. Or you can say go get 'em, which is a little bit more informal and a little bit more encouraging. If you're watching your friend compete in a sporting event, you can cheer go team. If you're watching a debate, you can yell speak up. There are lots of different ways to encourage people in English, but saying fighting probably isn't the best one. What about the phrase body language? When I was studying abroad in Korea, I heard this phrase everywhere. Like there were TV shows called Body Language, books about body language, classes on body language. But here's the thing, the phrase body language is actually two separate words in English. We say body language. When we talk about communicating without words, we're talking about things like hand gestures, facial expressions, and personal space. So instead of saying body language, it's better to say body language. Finally, I want to share one more phrase that confuses English speakers. And it's a phrase that sounds very natural to Korean speakers. I have a question. And then the speaker proceeds to answer their own question. For example, I have a question. Why don't you like pizza? Because it has too much cheese. The problem with this phrase is that it mixes formal and informal styles. Saying I have a question is something you would say to a teacher, or a boss, or someone you respect. But answering your own question with because it has too much cheese is pretty informal. It's like mixing business casual with flip-flops and a tank top. Does this make sense? Okay. So what can you use instead of? I have a question. I have a question because it has too much cheese. Well, one option is to simply ask a question. Why don't you like pizza? But if you want to keep the same level of formality, you can say, I was wondering why you don't like pizza. It has too much cheese. If you want to learn more natural ways to express yourself in English, I've got good news for you. In this course, you'll learn 200 natural ways to express yourself in English. That's right, 200 natural expressions. And we deliver them in a fun, easy style. I'll teach you how to use linking, contractions, and reductions to speak more quickly and more fluently. Here's just a small sample of what you'll learn in this course. When native speakers describe something, they often use the present participle. For example, this movie is so boring. This movie is so boring. I love hiking with my dad. Love hiking with my dad. Instead of using is and with, native speakers say this movie is so boring and I love hiking with my dad. Its way of describing things is much more natural than using is and with. Native speakers also use ellipses to leave out unnecessary words and make their speech more fluid. For example, I didn't eat because I wasn't hungry. Instead of saying I didn't eat because I wasn't hungry. Native speakers will usually leave out the repeated word and simply connect the two sentences with a comma. I didn't eat. I wasn't hungry. Another way native speakers link ideas together is with conjunctions. Instead of saying I love chicken, It's my favorite food. Native speakers might say something like, I love chicken. My favorite food. By connecting these two sentences with a comma and the word my, native speakers save time and their speech flows more naturally. In this course, you'll learn dozens of ways to use linking, contractions, and reductions. You'll learn when it's appropriate to use contractions like wo, unt, and doesn't. You'll learn how to reduce the stress in certain situations. You'll learn how to properly link words together to avoid awkward pauses. You'll learn how to use reductions to make your speech sound faster and more natural. Plus, we've designed this course to be incredibly fun. Every lesson includes an entertaining video, engaging quizzes, and fun interactive exercises. After taking this course, you'll have everything you need to sound fluent in English. You'll know the shortcuts native speakers use. You'll feel comfortable using them, and you'll know exactly when and where to use them. This course is perfect for intermediate learners who have a solid understanding of English grammar. But if you're a beginner or an advanced learner, you'll find this course useful too. I'm confident this will be one of the most useful courses you've ever taken. In fact, I'm so confident you are going to love this course that I'm offering a full 30-day money-back guarantee. If you take this course and you do and think it's the best course you've ever taken, just ask for a refund. No questions asked. Click the link below to enroll today. And here's a little extra incentive. If you enroll before the end of the month, you'll also receive our free 3-part mini course, How to Improve Your Listening Skills. This mini course will teach you 3 simple ways to improve your listening skills and understand native speakers. It's a great deal, and you're definitely going to love this course. So click the link below to enroll today.